Hi everyone. There's been some really powerful and important things shared over the last few weeks, including the challenge of how much we are relying on past experiences of God as opposed to seeking and receiving fresh and new revelations from Him each day. The importance of being relevant in our community and reaching out into new areas. A reminder that each person is important and that we are called to do things with people and not just to them. A reminder that we have the privilege of being bridges of God's love. A real focus on the importance of our attitudes, our heart, having real compassion and awareness of what is going on around us. The importance of praying for our town, ideally with other Christians from across the town. Reflecting on the idea that being compassionate towards someone can involve being curious and interested in them, being present for them, helping them reimagine what their future could be like with God's help. And so it's important to ask how we move forward from here. One of the things that's been a constant theme over the last few weeks is that we need to recognise and celebrate all the amazing things that are currently done through the church, both in organised activities and through the faithful discipleship and ministry of so many individuals. Thank you for that. And Paul was reflecting on something similar when he wrote to the church at Thessalonica. And in chapter 4, verse 1, he says this: "As for other matters, brothers and sisters, we instructed you to live in order to please God, as in fact you are living. Now we ask you and urge you in the Lord Jesus to do this more and more." He recognises that the church is living to please God. He encourages them to carry on doing it. Do it more, celebrating what is, looking forward to what could be. And then later on in the chapter, in verse 9 and 10, he says this: "Now about your love for one another, we do not need to write to you, for you yourselves have been taught by God to love each other. And in fact, you do love all of God's family throughout Macedonia. Yet we urge you, brothers and sisters, to do so more and more." He recognises again that they were showing deep love for others in their church family, in the wider church family, and he encourages them to do it more and more. So it's good and important to celebrate what God is doing, to recognise the desire that we have to serve God, to recognise the love that we have for each other and for our town. But it's also important to think about what it would mean for this to grow more and more. Which brings us to our question for this week. How can we best use our resources, people, finance, gifting, buildings, to facilitate our mission, our vision as a church family, to worship and grow in a way that is inclusive and engages with everyone? How can we best use our resources, people, finance, giftings, buildings, to facilitate our mission, our vision as a church family, to worship and grow in a way that is inclusive and engages with everyone? God has given us so much. He's blessed us with so much. How can we use all of that to grow as a worshipping, loving community, also to flow out into our town and be a real blessing to many more people? How does God want us to use that? So it's a broad question, which gives a lot of scope for listening to what God is saying in different areas of church life. Please try and find an opportunity to spend time with God, to listen to what He wants to say to us, and then come and share it with us on Monday evening from 7:30 in the reception area of the Christian Centre. Thanks again, and good listening.